Hello everybody, it's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adornments Decor. I am back to paint with you live today. We're going to be painting this gobble turkey design. It is so cute and has so many colors. Look at this. So this was one of the new designs that we released this past Friday. And so you can get this in two different ways if you want to paint this with me. First is a template, which has the little color mock-up with it. You can print out if you want something to look at. It also has a printable version in black and white that you can print out. You can trace it on your wood and cut it out yourself, which, look at this shape. It's pretty easy. All you'd have to do is to be able to cut a circle. So if you could figure that out, that's pretty easy. So I would recommend using like a jigsaw or a scroll saw or something like that. Now, if you have a laser cutting machine, you can cut this out and you can have your design laser etched on the surface like you see here, because we do provide you guys with the laser cutting files in the template as well. I'm trying to flip the camera on both of my feeds here. I forgot to do that, so you can read the word gobble. So if you purchase the template, it comes with the printable version, but it also comes with the version that you put in your laser cutter if you have a laser machine. And then if you don't have one of those things, or maybe you don't want to cut your own pieces, you just want to sit down and paint, you can get the wood cutouts from us at shopdoorhangers.com. They come with the design on them already, just like this. So all you have to do is sit down and paint, and they're in 4 different sizes. 6, 8, 12, and 20 inch. So like a 6-inch size obviously is going to be, you know, pretty small. So that's not going to be for your door hangers. That's going to be to like put on a tiered tray or sit on a shelf or something like that, or hang up somewhere. Your 8-inch is a slightly larger version of that. And of course 12 would be about like this. You could put that on like a wreath or whatever you want to do with it. And then 20-inch size is like door hanger size. So that would be this right here. How is everybody? Tell me hi and where you're watching from. Drop me a comment. We're going to get started. So all the colors I'm using today are Deco Art Americana paints. And a couple of these are actually some of their brand new colors. So one of their newest colors is called Tiger Lily. It's this beautiful reddish orange. It reminds me a lot of the color Scarlet. So if you already have the color Scarlet, I would probably just use that because it's pretty close. This one is called Sunset Gold. It reminds me of Marigold, if you have that color, but it's slightly sunnier than Marigolds. Let me show you a comparison here. This is Marigold right here, and this is Sunset Gold. Do you see how it's just slightly richer in color? So we're going to use that today. And then the other colors I have are tried and true favorites that I've had for a long time. We've got Victorian Blue, Laguna, Sable Brown, Burlap, and then I needed a lighter orange, and I didn't have one that wasn't a patio paint, which patio paint costs a little bit more, but it covers so well. So we're going to use this. Okay, it's not showing anybody's comments. I'm sure they're commenting, but it's just Facebook's being weird and not showing me any comments.
7 or 8 comments and 77 people.
So thank you for being here. I'm sorry if I'm not replying to your comment, but I can't see it. Let's see. Somebody said we can't see the paint when you hold it up. Sorry, I'm also live on Facebook. So this is the brand that I'm using. And so if you're watching on TikTok and you want to catch this on the replay later, you can watch the entire thing on YouTube. So this is a door hanger. That's the kind of sign that I'm making. It's got a turkey on it, and it's called the Gobble Turkey. So we're going to start off with our background color that kind of goes behind our turkey here. And I'm just going to get a little bit of water on my brush. And I'm going to use a large flat tip brush. And I'm going to start with this color called Victorian Blue. So this is going to kind of be our background. And we're just going to spread this all around the outer edge of our turkey. She's capturing pictures for the blog.
Fine, just keep going.
So just start out by smearing it around the edge of each of these little feathers. Pick up some more when you need it. If you struggle with that paint ridge that always collects on the edge of something, start away from the feather. And then after you've gotten some of the excess paint off your brush, you can go in a little closer, and then you won't have a paint ridge. Let me know if you have any questions. If you've never painted a door hanger before, I want you to check out my free ebook that I've put up in the video description. I believe it's also linked in my TikTok profile for you to go and download. It's called The Beginner's Guide to Painting Door Hangers. It's a completely free ebook with so many tips and tricks and videos linked in the book. So any question you could have, like what kind of wood do you use? What kind of paint do you use? What kind of brushes should I use? All of those things. How do you hang up your door hanger? All of those questions are answered in that beginner's guide to painting door hangers. And it's completely free, so you got nothing to lose. Go put in your email. It'll send you an email with a link to download it, and you'll be able to open it up. You can keep it as a reference guide. You could even print it out if you want to. I believe it's even got like little QR codes built into it, so you can still watch the videos if you print it out. It's still not showing me Facebook comments.
There's some there.
What are the circles? What size circle do you use? So I actually cut this one out on the laser, and it's almost a 19-inch circle, but we also have 18-inch circles for sale on our website, which we use those a lot for like our workshops and things that we do. It's a common size.
Did you answer what color was that blue?
This blue is called Victorian blue. Somebody said the accent nail, you didn't get that one. Oh, you're talking about my nails? Yeah, these are red aspen nails. The groovy looking ones are called Groovy Gal Sal, and then I've got an accent nail in Robin's Egg Blue and Harper Picks Peonies, I believe. I love some red aspen nails. I just got a whole bunch in the mail the other day that are new, that are all fall colors. So I'll probably be transitioning to those next. If you struggle with getting paint on the edge of your door hangers or on the back side, do what I'm doing right here and kind of just go toward the edge and just kind of flick off the edge of the door hanger without like lapping over. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't let your brush kind of scrape over the side. Let it kind of just feather and flick off the edge, and that should prevent you from getting paint all over the back. And I also don't have a ton of paint on my brush when I'm doing that. It's just I've already started somewhere else, and it's like whatever's left on my brush. I hate that I can't read y'all's comments. TikTok's making up for it, though. She says, I love those glasses. You look like a ray of sunshine. Thank you. These are Pair Eyewear. They're toppers that are magnetic, so I can change them out with all of my outfits. I love Pair Eyewear. And they are prescription, so you can get your prescription in them. Do we have any questions in the comments that you can see?
Do you have to seal these?
So yeah, if you're going to be hanging these outdoors at all, I highly recommend that you give them a good coat of sealer. I like to use a spray seal. Rust-Oleum lacquer works well. I also love DecoArt's triple thick gloss glaze. But yeah, any kind of clear acrylic sealer will work well. And also it just, even if you're not hanging them outside, I do like to spray them because it gives them like a really nice finished looking sheen, because all the paints that I'm using, these DecoArt Americanas are matte paints, meaning they don't have any gloss in them at all. So when they dry, see that's still wet, but when it's dry, it's going to be completely flat. There's not any shine to it whatsoever. So I prefer to paint with the matte paints because they go on better, they blend better. I just like the overall texture and feel when I'm painting with the matte paints. But for a finished look, I like to give it a real nice even coat of a spray sealer, and it just kind of just makes everything look finished and more glamorous.
Donna wants to know if you're covering up the lettering.
Yes, I did paint right over that lettering, Donna. I gotta get a paper towel out of my trash because I forgot to get a new paper towel. Yes, I painted right over the lettering. Let me show you the example here. This is what we're painting. So there is lettering up here, and it is laser etched on the wood, but I painted over it. But do you see how you can still see that through the paint? As the paint dries, I'll be able to still see that just fine. And so if you end up buying one of our laser etched door hangers and painting one like yourself at home, you can paint right over the words. Also, if you're using one of our printable templates and you have traced the words on here and you still want to paint over the words without having to go around them, one little tip, take a Sharpie and trace over the word, don't fill it in, but trace the outline of the lettering with your Sharpie, and it will show through your paint. You'll still be able to paint it later. Yeah, the nails are press-on. You just glue them on with their nail glue, and they last up to 2 weeks. I have some videos over on YouTube if you want to go watch and see how I put them on. Okay, next step. We're going to paint the body of our turkey using sable brown. This is a nice soft brown.
Pam says she doesn't know why they expect her to work when she's at the office.
You'd just rather watch me paint all day, wouldn't you? Somebody said I switched just from Facebook. So hi again. I can't see your names as well on TikTok, but I can see the comments. So I appreciate you hopping over here and saying hi. I'm not sure why it's not showing me any comments.
Well, it's not cooperating with me either. So.
It's not cooperating with Aaliyah either. All it's showing me is like it tells me who's watching. So it says Ange Lunsford is watching, Susie Dubois is watching, Charlotte McCain is watching. That's all it's telling me is that people are watching. So I know you're there. It just won't show me your comments. So
Right, Lisa Weaver is asking what the webpage is.
The webpage to buy the wood blanks, I'm assuming, that is shopdoorhangers.com. If you're talking about the webpage for the free ebook, I put that link up in the video description. It is a completely free ebook that you can go and download. It tells you everything you need to know about learning to paint door hangers. So if you've never painted one before, there are lots and tips and tricks that are going to make this a lot easier. Things that I had to figure out and teach myself along the way. I'm sharing all of that with you guys. What other questions do they have? Weird. He ought to know. Every Tuesday, 11 a.m., I go live to paint. So I'm not sure why he would be. He just must not realize what time it is.
Connie Elliott, PC Sister, is in.
Hi, Connie. How many PC Sisters do we have watching today? If you're watching for the first time and you have no clue what a PC Sister is, PC stands for Painters Clubhouse. It's our membership where we teach door hanger painting every month, and there are so many ladies in that group, and we just have a blast painting and sharing our creations with one another. What is the name again? The name of what? Of Red Aspen. Oh, it's Red Aspen. That's the nails. Red Aspen nails. These are the Groovy Gal Sal. Groovy ones. And I have the link up in my TikTok profile so that you can go shop my Red Aspen.
Just try something else.
Still not showing me your comments. All right, so let me show you what we've got so far. I did paint over his little turkey face too, but I can still see it. It's okay. Don't worry. And then we're going to start by painting each feather a different color, and we're going to paint the hat. I'm actually going to sketch something on the hat first. I'm going to put a little hat band on him with a buckle. So I'm going to draw the buckle first, and I'm just drawing this with a pencil. So I kind of have a bit of an idea of where I want that to go. And then the hat band is going to come through the middle of the buckle. So I'm just drawing that on there.
We got a lot of PC Sisters in.
Yay! Welcome, ladies.
Shelly's a new one.
Shelly's a new PC sister. Welcome, new PC sister. We just opened the group up last month, and we welcomed a lot of new PC sisters. So I hope you guys are enjoying Painters Clubhouse so far, and hope you've got to find time to paint something with us. If you've never painted a door hanger before, drop a comment and tell me why. Like, are you afraid? Let me help you with any questions that you might have about it.
Deb lost sound.
Oh no.
Is it just her? I think
It probably is.
Sound. Becky's new as well.
Welcome, Becky.
Michelle says hello, Tamara and crew. Yay!
Hi, Michelle. So I meant to tell you, Aaliyah, somebody commented on one of my videos the other day and said our customer service is amazing. I said, well, thank you for that. They need to hear it.
We work hard.
They do. They are they're the glue that holds everything together in the background. Because I can send you to a link, but if that link ain't working, there's nothing I can do about it. The team has to pick up pieces, so I appreciate them so much.
Michelle's loving that turkey.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm just painting the little black pieces of this hat first. Black is hard to paint over, so that's why I drew that little buckle and stuff on there, and that's why I'm painting around it instead of over it. Because sometimes you see me painting over things, like painting over the words or his little face, but black is kind of hard to cover up. And so rather than try to cover it, I just went around it.
Candy says, good help is the best. Yep, I agree with that.
Wouldn't trade them for anything.
Wendy says, it's intimidating to buy something to paint and end up not liking it.
I get that. Because how many of you have done like I have, and you go to Hobby Lobby and you find the perfect ribbon or the perfect like craft supply that you were excited to go home and try, but then that ribbon sits on your shelf for weeks, if not months or years, because you're afraid you're going to waste it by cutting the ribbon up and your bow turning out terrible, or by wasting it on the wrong craft project. I know that sounds completely illogical, but for some reason, I will hang on to like a piece of scrapbook paper because I think this scrapbook paper is so awesome and so unique that I have to save it for the perfect project. And so I end up never using it, right? But I did not honor that piece of scrapbook paper by not using it. And so we have to kind of get over our fears sometime and just buy the thing and use it. So don't be afraid that you're going to waste your money by buying a blank and not appreciating how it turns out. Because let me tell you, if you will choose, first of all, your safer bet is to choose one that you've seen me paint live. So for example, if this is one that you want to recreate, go buy the blank for it. Because you now are going to have a video you can follow along with step by step. And it's foolproof. I'm giving you the colors, I'm telling you exactly which brushes I'm using, and I'm showing you step by step how to do it so yours turns out just like mine. And if for some reason part of it's like turns out badly, guess what? It's just paint. Dry it. If it looks like textured, sand it down a little bit and do it again, okay? Paint is wonderful because you can just paint over it and try again. So don't be afraid. Go ahead and purchase the blank that you've been wanting to paint all this time. Find the video for it and paint right along with me. And I guarantee you will be shocked and surprised at how well you can do if you just follow the instructions.
Michelle says, yes, she's totally guilty of doing the same thing by hoarding the stuff.
I'm glad to know it's not just me.
Cheryl ordered the ebook but never got the email.
Okay, Cheryl, it probably went to your spam. So you can just reorder it again if you like, and it'll send it to you again.
Or she can email us.
Yeah, or you can contact customer service and they'll help you find it.
Debbie says she's new and she loves it. You make me feel like I can do this.
Thank you, Debbie. You can do this.
Then Michelle says, how many members of any of your subscriptions just do this for fun? She doesn't sell them, just for fun.
I don't know how many, but I would say a good portion of them do. Or at least I will say that almost all of them start out just doing this for fun or for therapy or because they just enjoy it. But a lot of times those people end up becoming people who sell them or people who do this for a business because it kind of is just a natural progression. Because if you paint this for yourself, right? You hang it on your door. And then your neighbor comes over and they knock on your door and they're like, hey, can I borrow a cup of sugar? And they see this door hanger, they'll be like, hey, where did you find this? I want to go get me one. And you're like, oh, I painted it, and you're kind of embarrassed because, you didn't think anybody was going to notice it. And she's like, well, can you paint me one? And then you end up selling her the door hanger that's hanging on your door. And you're like, well, great. Now I got to paint another one for myself. And you're shocked, but you're also really like, pleased because somebody thought it was good enough to turn around and buy it from you. And maybe you didn't even know what to sell it for. Maybe you underpriced it and you were like, I don't know, $20, $25. Like you end up underpricing yourself because you've never sold one before. But you get bitten by the bug if you sell one because you're like, somebody thought this was good enough to sell. Maybe I should do a craft show. That would be kind of a good way to like test the waters, right? So then you paint 20 more and you go set up a craft booth at the next Christmas bazaar that your church does, and you might sell 2 or 3 more. And the next thing you know, you've got neighbors and friends who are like, hey, I've got a wedding coming up. Could you paint me a custom door hanger for this couple that's getting married? And before you know it, you got a business and you didn't even mean to start a business. I'm not saying that's gonna happen to you, but I'm saying that is the path that a lot of our Painters Clubhouse members have taken, just because it inevitably sort of goes that way. But if you decide you don't ever want to sell one, you can tell your neighbor, no, sorry, I just do this for fun. And there's nothing wrong with that, because it is therapeutic. And sometimes if we turn something into a business, it feels like work instead of like therapy. And so if you're worried that that's ever going to happen, or if it ever starts to feel that way, you can just decide not to do it as a business and to just do it for fun.
Una says it's like the old saying, abuse the good china and eat the cake.
Abuse the good china and eat the... I've never heard that saying, but I like it.
You never heard use the good china?
Use the good china? No. So does it mean like...
Life's short.
Life is short.
Don't store your china. Use the good china.
So maybe I've heard the short version of that, like life is short, eat cake, eat the cake.
There you go.
Yeah. Because what's the point in having it if you're not going to use it?
There you go. Do you buy your brushes at Dollar Tree?
No. Dollar Tree brushes, probably, I don't know. I haven't used the Dollar Tree brushes, but in my guesstimation, I would bet the Dollar Tree brushes don't hold up very well. A lot of these blue handled brushes I got from the DecoArt website. I also have a lot of white handled type brushes. These are all on my website at shopdoorhangers.com. And then I also have some really fancy brushes that are glittered and resined. I got these from my friend Murals and More by Jamie Connor. So I have quite a collection of brushes.
Okay, Creasy Birch says it's true. She painted some door hangers last week and posted pictures on Facebook because she was proud of them, and then sold 2 of them.
Congratulations. That's so exciting.
Wasn't even trying.
Yeah, just posting them on Facebook and saying like, look at this fun new hobby I've started is an easy way to see if people would be interested in buying them without actually trying to be salesy and pushy about it.
All right, Wanda says she just joined Big Box of Blanks. When do they ship? And do we find out ahead of time what are in the box so they don't buy the same ones?
No, so Big Box of Blanks is a subscription that we send you once a quarter, and it is a surprise. So the purpose of it is, or the whole point of it is, it's a mystery, and you don't know what it is. So no, I mean, but worst case scenario, you just have 2 of them to paint, and you can give one as a gift or sell it, or, you know, whatever. So you could always paint it a different way the second time and maybe try out a different technique or a different paint color.
They're not new releases either.
Right, they're not new designs. They're older designs that we are that we're bringing out and putting in the boxes because they were tried and true bestsellers.
There you go.
Okay, so you might have noticed I started painting this and then I was like, whoop, nope, and I put the paint back in the bottle because this color Tiger Lily is a new color, and I told you we were going to use it, but I haven't used it before. And when I put it on the wood, I was like, that's way more orange than it is red. In the bottle, it looks a little bit more red when you compare it to, you know, this orange. So on the wood, it looked more orange than red. And so I'm switching to an actual red. This is just Primary Red by DecoArt, and I'm just going to paint right over that little spot. And I didn't even waste the paint. I scooped it back up as if my brush was a spoon, and I put it right back in the bottle. So no worries.
2 people are thanking you for the paint party business swag.
Oh, you're welcome. First I was thinking, what are they talking about? And then I remember they're just getting home from Heidi's event that she did. And yes, we provided them with swag in those swag bags. So fun. It looks like you guys had an awesome time. Those prom dresses y'all painted were really cool.
Ree paints as a hobby, but she posts her door hanger just to piddle, and almost always sells them. And she's in a small town in Texas, so now she's going for a Thunder Laser.
Oh, that's exciting. I have a Thunder Laser, and I love it. It has made cutting out door hangers quickly so much easier. I used to have a Glowforge, and the Glowforge does fine, but it takes a lot more steps to cut out a door hanger with a Glowforge than it does with a Thunder. And the Thunder just spits it out so much faster, and getting it set up and ready to cut is so much faster with a Thunder. So I've never regretted it.
Cindy's asking if that's a different turkey behind you on the wall. It says give thanks.
Yeah, so this one is one of the ones we've had in our shop for a while. and it's actually a Painters Clubhouse design, and we remixed it this past month in the clubhouse. So it used to have red, orange, and yellow feathers, and it had just a traditional like little buckle on the hat. It didn't have this, it didn't have the sign. So when we say we remix it, we take the old design, we flip it and make it new again, and so that was what we did this past month in the clubhouse. And we do that almost every month with one of our older designs. We take it and we make it new again.
What is the difference in Template Club and Painters Clubhouse?
What's the difference in Template Club and Painters Clubhouse? Template Club is a subscription of door hanger templates to buy them in bulk at a low cost. So if you know you are going to use templates no matter what, you know, month in, month out, you're always going to want new templates, always going to use them. It's kind of just the economical way of doing it. So if you know you're going to use them, you may as well go ahead and subscribe, and you get all the new designs that we release every month for one low cost. So normally we release 5 new designs every Friday in our shop, and those designs are on sale from like Friday to Sunday. And so if you hop on the sale that weekend, you can go ahead and buy them at half price. But even so, if you bought all 5 designs, you gonna do some quick math for me, Leah?
No, I can't. Math.
I can't do math. I thought you were getting out of, she grabbed a piece of paper like she was gonna do some math for me. Somebody in the audience can do some math for me. If you bought all 5 designs at $3.50, which is the half price cost, what does that come out to? 5 times $3.50. $17.50. See, you can do math. Either that or
I'm using a
she's using a calculator. I have to use a calculator too.
$17.50.
So it would cost you $17.50 every week, right? Or if you join the Template Club, not only do you get all 5 of those designs, but you get the all 20 designs that we release in the whole month for just $35.
It's a $70 value.
It's $70 value
$17.50 a week.
times 4.
Yes, 70.
So normally it would cost you $70 if you bought all the templates at half price on the weekend that we release them. It would cost you $70. Or you can get them all for $35. Aaliyah's laughing at me.
Well, Dee says she was swatting at a fly flying around and realized it's on your camera.
It is. It followed us in here. It was in the dining room. We were sitting at the dining room table talking a while ago, and it was buzzing around our heads. And then we came in here, and I forgot to shut the door. Because it makes it hot in here when the door is shut. And the fly followed us right in here. He's like, oh, that's where the action's at. We're going in there. Can we talk about those glasses and earrings? The glasses are pair eyewear. They are magnetic toppers. So I can change them out with my outfits. The earrings, which do match perfectly, are Anna's Inspired by You jewelry.net, I think. And I think they were called Picasso. She's had them for years, so I don't know if they're still on her site or not. But I bought them like 5 years ago.
Evidently, there's several of them watching The Fly.
The Fly is just part of the show.
They think it's on the screen.
Oh, my word. Okay, let's move on to orange. So let's see. This is pumpkin orange.
Do you want to take a chance on any happy mail?
Sure, let's do some happy mail. Drop a comment, and what do we want to say? What should we name the fly? Name the fly in the comments. That's classy. Keeping it classy. This is that pumpkin orange I was telling you about. It covers so well, y'all, because it's kind of got like a primer and sealer built into this paint. So it's just a higher quality paint. It's made for painting things that go outdoors anyway. So, I mean, I really probably should be using this paint in all the colors, but they don't have nearly as many of colors in this type of paint. So that's why I don't use it on everything.
All right, Donna is asking a follow-up to the Template Club. Do you get access to the old templates too?
No, so each month that you pay, you just get access to the current month going forward. So, you know, if you paid for July, August, September, you would have July, August, and September that you could go and download. And those are yours forever. Like, you know, they don't go away, but you do need to download them so that you have access to them on your device. If you wanted past months like May and June, you would just need to email our customer service and they would bill you for those months and you could buy previous months.
All right, we've got Buzz, Elroy, Shoe, Buzzard, Goober, Pesky, Fred.
If you want to know what we're talking about, that's the names that we're naming the fly in the room. So drop a name for the fly in the room, and we will pick somebody at random to win some Happy Mail.
Fran, Skippy, Barry, Peter.
My current favorite is Elroy, just because I loved the Jetsons back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know who named him Elroy, but I like that.
Nene.
Nene named him.
Fernando.
Oh, I like that too.
Gus. Dexter. Frederick. Guy.
Fly Guy, you must read those little books.
Laura's been in Template Club for 2 years and says it's well worth the money.
Oh, thank you, Laura.
Facebook's hating on us today.
I think I'm going to name him Elroy. But Elroy's probably going to get swatted when this video's over.
Yeah.
Okay. Happy Mail winner is Kathy Renz. Congratulations, Kathy, with a C. Kathy Renz. We're going to send you some Happy Mail. So definitely send us an email with your snail mail address so that we can send you some mail. Even though this cover's really good, it probably still will need like 2 coats. So we'll put this one on, let it dry, and then come back and finish it up. Okay, now we've got a yellow feather. Yellow. So this is the yellow. This is one of the new ones by Deco Arts, Sunset Gold, that I was telling you about. Somebody on TikTok said name it Mosquita. She opened the door. Maybe he'll choose to go out. I kind of doubt it, but he might.
There's better things in the kitchen. Go.
I don't know. I cleaned up all the dirty dishes, so I put them all in the dishwasher. So maybe that's why he's following us around. This is a pretty color. And it covers pretty good, too. I wasn't sure, because sometimes, you know, yellows don't, but it's not too bad. Like I said, if you don't have this color and you're painting this project, you could probably use Marigold, or if you wanted a brighter color than Marigold, take Marigold and mix like a little bit of primary yellow with it to get this color. It's a sunnier yellow. If y'all notice, I have painted this entire project so far with only 2 brushes. A large flat and a small flat. And I know a lot of you guys are like, but how are you getting in the tight little cracks and crevices with such a big brush? Well, part of it is that I'm like starting in the corner. So like in this little crack right here, I will kind of get some of that excess paint off my brush, and then I will place my brush in the furthest point that I need that paint to go, and then I will pull the brush up and out. You can also kind of take your brush and kind of put it up on its end to get like a nice little precise point. But you don't have to use the same exact brush that I'm using. If you find you're struggling to use the same brush I'm using, feel free to swap it up. You might prefer like an angle tip brush or something else.
Joanne wants to know how long it takes Deco Art to get the new colors in their stores.
I do not know. That's a mystery to me. It's a good question though. But they are available on Deco Art's website.
Yvonne wants to know what we decided on the name of the fly.
Elroy is his name. You started painting with your sister because she has Parkinson's, and they told her that she needed a hobby. Well, that's a great reason. I love when people paint with family members too, like paint with their daughters or their granddaughters. Aaliyah's definitely one that likes to do that sort of thing. She has her over and they do crafts together. Y'all just did tie-dye this past week, didn't you?
No, that was a reject. She didn't want to do that.
Oh, she didn't want to do tie-dye with you?
No, that was a summer craft camp she didn't want to do. But she sure did have a lot about it yesterday holding it up, didn't she?
Yeah, that was funny. I definitely want to do crafts with my grandkids one day. I enjoy crafting with my kids occasionally, but as a mom, sometimes it's hard to have the patience required. I think as you become a grandparent, you mellow out a little bit, and maybe you have a little bit more patience than you did as a parent.
In kindergarten, her comment about art class was they didn't have paint.
So all she wants to do is paint?
She'd rather paint. She won't color.
That's funny.
And they didn't have ceramics, so she wasn't impressed by art class.
Charlie loves to draw with anything. It can be a pen, a pencil, markers, crayons, paint.
Do you have any videos painting a state?
State. Yeah.
Kentucky.
I've done Kentucky. I don't know. So if you're struggling with how to paint a state, I would say choose like a background color. And then choose some sort of pattern, if it's leopard print, polka dots, a stencil, whatever it is. And then make that pattern a slightly different shade of the same color. So like if I were doing this blue, I would lighten or darken this blue with some white or black to make it a different shade. And then I would do the pattern in that color so that the pattern isn't like too bold. Because you want this state's shape to be the focus, and you don't want the pattern to be the focus. The pattern is just a background filler, right? So go with something that's kind of neutral, that would kind of blend.
Sarah says her kids would rather paint too.
Somebody said my daughters won't craft with me, but they love to take craft classes. And then somebody said my 10-year-old granddaughter reminds me of how Charlie is. Mine can operate the Cricut as well. Oh, wow, that's impressive. Charlie probably could operate the Cricut if she could figure out how to create the designs on the computer. I would probably have to teach her how to use like the Cricut design space, but she could probably figure it out. She's smart as a whip.
Carrie paints with her 3-year-old granddaughters,
Aw.
great-granddaughters.
Now this little turkey has some feet. They're not etched on here, but I'm just going to draw them. They're just kind of like little humps down here at the bottom, popping up. Kind of like he's just leaning in. And of course, this is a part that like you could just leave off if you didn't want it. But I love more details. Alright, I'm also going to get a real small brush. Let's see, real small flat tip brush. Here we go. Really small. And I'm going to use this sunny yellow to do the buckle around the hat. Have to go slow and be careful because I don't want to get it all over the black or the white. There we go. And I'm going to rinse my brush out, and then I'm going to do a second coat on the orange feathers.
Nene says she thought for sure she was going to get some Happy Mail since she named the fly Elroy.
Did you watch the Jetsons too, Nene? I loved the Jetsons. I don't pick the Happy Mail winners. I just call out the question and then Aaliyah randomly picks somebody.
Yeah, Nene, it's on me.
It's Aaliyah's fault. Okay, got that one. Let's do another coat on this one. If you're a little bit of a messy painter and you get outside the lines of your feather just a little bit, it's okay. We're going to use like a paint pen or something at the end to kind of like add some details and stuff that will hide any of those sort of little problems. Our red also needs another coat. If you're not sure if it needs another coat, just look and see if it looks like you can see through the paint anywhere. If you can see your wood grain through it, or if it looks lighter in some spots and darker in others, that's when you know you need another coat.
Joanne says add some shoulder straps to those feet and it's a bathing suit top.
That's funny, Joanne. We're going to do some polka dots on these feathers next.
Oh, Nana's playing rough. She said she's going to get Christy after me.
Christy Hawkins?
No,
Christy.
Christy Rayner.
Oh, Christy Rayner.
Is this a new door hanger design?
Yes, this is a new one. We just released this one last Friday. I believe all of these are going to need a second coat. I wasn't sure, but until they dry, sometimes it's hard to tell. So we're just going to go over each of these feathers one more time before we put our polka dots on. Make the colors a little brighter. These colors do complement one another really well, though.
All right, Emily says she's recently painted on some bags. Does she need to put a sealer on her hair if she wants to wash them? That doesn't make sense.
I guess, I don't know what kind of bags she's talking about, because when she says bags, I envision like a craft paper bag.
And see, I thought.
And if you're going to wash them, then that makes me think, if it's something you're going to wash, yes. I would think you probably need to put some sort of sealer on them, or the water may start to break down the paint. This color is called Laguna. I don't know if I ever told y'all that, but it's a tried and true favorite turquoise color.
Did you have to do a second coat on the body?
No, actually I didn't. It looks pretty good. That was the sable brown. Okay, this is what we've got so far. I was going to show y'all up close so you can see that sometimes mine have imperfections too. Sometimes lines aren't perfect. But when we get done with this and we put our lines and things on it, it won't matter anymore. It'll be cute. Alright, I'm also going to go ahead and paint his little eyes while we're waiting on those feathers to dry. So I just got a filbert tip brush, and I got some black, and I'm just painting inside those laser etched lines. You guys might not be able to see them anymore, but I still can see them through the paint. And then the nose is, let's see, I'm going to use a round tip brush because it's kind of a small little nose. It's actually a beak. I'm going to use that same patio paint orange. And I'm outlining it with a round tip brush and then just filling in the middle. And this will take a couple of coats to get a nice even coverage. And then I'm going to use the primary red on his little wattle, or what did they say it was called last week? We did that live. We painted that other turkey. A snood. That's what somebody taught me. They Googled it or something. And the thing that comes out the side of the turkey's beak and dangles down is called a snood. Learn something new every day.
Facebook will only let you interact if it's a friend of yours.
Chase that fly with your heat tool.
Yeah, there's stuff.
Blow them away.
Pam can't wait to get her first big box of blanks.
They will ship October 1st, Pam. Oh, I'm already getting paint all over my shirt, but it's okay. Ain't no party like a paint party.
That needs paint.
It needs paint on it, yeah. I should just splatter it with paint just for fun.
Emily wants to know if you have a baseball with a wildcat inside of it like the football and basketball.
I don't believe we do, no. but you could probably take the template that has the wildcat on it and trace just the wildcat onto your baseball. Think outside the box. Where there's a will, there's a way. I'll say all the cliche things. Okay, I've got my little sponge pouncer here, and we're just going to do polka dots in different colors on each of the feathers. Scrape as much paint off that sponge pouncer as you can, and I should have had a... Can you hand me a spare sticky note, Leah? Whoops. Almost knocked my glasses off. I like to use sticky notes sometimes almost as like painter's tape. And so I'll do one kind of like right here, and then right there. And then I might want to do a half of one up here. So I'm going to lay this kind of as a guard. Do my half a dot. And then maybe another half one down here.
Cindy's asking if patio paint is good for outdoors and stepping stones.
Yes.
Would you still need a sealer?
No, it has the sealer built into it. Says create durable outdoor decor pieces with this scuff resistant acrylic. Excellent adhesion to porous surfaces such as terracotta, concrete, masonry, wood, and more. And again, that's the patio paint. This stuff's about $2 a bottle at Hobby Lobby. So it is more than the Americana, but you're paying for the better adhesion and the stuff that's built into it.
Do you have a tutorial on painting doormats?
I did paint a doormat. It was back this summer. And so if you want to go back and watch it, it's probably on my YouTube channel. We painted a strawberry on it. I need to paint one with a pumpkin for my front porch now. So maybe we'll do that next week.
Wendy would like to get her mom a big box of blanks for Christmas. Will you be opening again before the first of the year?
We hadn't planned on it. But, you know, depending on how things are going, maybe we could put together some kind of mystery boxes or something that's not a big box of blank subscription that could just be like a gift box. Maybe we could do, I don't know. We'll see what our team has bandwidth for. Right now, we can barely keep our head above water with all the blanks we're trying to, with all the blanks we're trying to get cut and shipped out right now. So we'll see. All right, next let's do some white polka dots. I switched to a new sponge pouncer. Instead of rinsing this one out in my water cup and trying to dry it, because you need to start with a dry sponge, I just got a new one out. I'm going to get a new sticky note too, because I don't want to get turquoise paint on everything. Okay, I'm going to put this down here and just do like a little dot in the crack. You always want your polka dots to kind of look like they are disappearing off the edge of whatever you're painting them on. Crap, I did the wrong color on this. I guess it doesn't matter. I was supposed to do red polka dots on this one, white polka dots on the red. I'll just flip-flop it. I'll do orange polka dots on the red and white polka dots on the orange.
Raven has a question.
Yes?
Once you trace your template on your wood, you can't paint over it and still see it, can you?
So no. In most cases you can't. It all just depends on the paint color you're using. But if you're struggling with that, I would recommend that you trace over your pencil lines or your graphite lines with some with a Sharpie first, and then you will be able to see that Sharpie through the paint. All right, and then what else? This one gets white polka dots.
Cindy says thank you for your input on the outdoor paint.
You're
She's going to
welcome.
be doing some stepping stones.
Happy painting. Whoop, I got a little messy with that one. So to fix this, I'm going to get a damp brush and just pick up that white paint. Get it wet. No, that's not working though. It's all right. We're going to paint over it with brown. You may have little bubbles in your sponge pouncer. That's okay. They will dry and pop, or you can blow on them and they pop. Don't let it bother you too much. Maybe like a half of one right there. I got outside the line there too, but we'll touch it up with some blue later. You can do your touch-ups at the end. Just keep moving on. Okay. I need another sponge pouncer. Let me grab another one. Because we got one, maybe two more colors of polka dots that we're going to do. And thankfully I have a million of these little things. You can get these sponge pouncers in a pack of like 20 of them on our website. And they come in a variety of sizes. And you do get 4 or 5, I think, of each different size. All right, we're gonna do yellow polka dots on, actually it shows orange down here on the blue, so let's do that next. Just a reminder, I did put a link in the video description for our free door hanger ebook. So if you've never painted a door hanger before and you're about to try your first one, it would greatly benefit you to download that ebook and read it. It's got all kinds of tips in there. It also has lots of videos linked that you can go back and watch that will walk you through certain things that are a little bit more visual. And you can just like click the video and watch it and see how I explain it. Okay, we're going to do some more Happy Mail. If you will, drop a comment. Just tell us that you're here. Say, I'm breathing. Or whatever it is you want to say. Just say hi. And we'll pick somebody at random to win some Happy Mail. Polka dots, polka dots. You know what? I should have done yellow instead of orange on these. Hindsight's 20/20, isn't it? Let me dry it, and we're going to do yellow instead. I don't need more paint for that. Because I goofed up and did the white on the wrong ones. I'm trying to follow my picture here. But I'm going to go off the rails and do something different. So I'm going to use the Sunshine Yellow and do yellow dots on the red feathers. And we'll just pounce right over the top of those little orange ones. Also, my polka dots do have a slight amount of texture to them. I'll show you up close. Like, I don't want you thinking that like mine are any different than anybody else's. Because we're using a sponge, they are going to have a texture to them, but that's okay. Happy Mail winner is Melinda Martinez. I'm giving you that look because you know what I just did?
Mm-hmm.
I sponge pounced over my orange polka dots on my blue, and I meant to sponge pounce. I've seen dots everywhere, y'all. Everywhere. It's all right. We're gonna fix it in a minute. Mercy me. Maybe it's time for lunch. My blood sugar's dropping and my brain has ceased to function. I meant to sponge pounce over these.
It's Elroy.
It's Elroy. Elroy's distracting me. Elroy the fly. Oh well, at least it's just paint, like I said at the beginning of this video.
Yeah, Stormy said wrong one on yellow.
Yep, thanks Stormy, but it was a minute too late.
Well, you know, Facebook report.
Alright, so since I don't have any more of these little sponge pouncers and I don't want to rinse one out, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to dab it off on a paper towel and get as much of that yellow off as we can.
Donna says she was yelling at you.
Well, Donna, I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry. Oh, me. If nothing else, you are entertained. All right. We dabbed off as much of that yellow as we could get. And orange and yellow are almost the same color, so I think it'll be fine. We're just going to dab right back over these and put that orange back where it was in the first place when I started painting over it.
Delane wants to know if you know when you'll be doing the Christmas side on the pumpkin trio.
Yes, that's one we're teaching in the clubhouse on September 20th. It's on the clubhouse calendar. So if you haven't seen that yet, go log into the Painters Clubhouse. It's right at the top. All right, let's just paint. We painted over it like 3 times, so it's okay. I forgot I also need to do another coat on the little beak of the turkey I told you guys I was going to do, and I forgot about it. So we'll do that real quick. There we go. And now I think we're ready to paint our words, but I need to dry this or I will have paint all over my arm. Trying to decide what size brush to use here. Let's use this one. So this is a filbert tip brush, and it's slightly smaller than my finger. I chose it based on the size of the letters. So I try to look at the letters and pick one that's just slightly smaller than the actual letters are, so that I don't go beyond the outside borders of the letters. So I'm picking up this Laguna color, and I'm not freehanding this. If you remember at the beginning of this video, these words were lasered on the wood, and we painted over them. So now we're just tracing those laser etched lines because I can still see them through the paint.
Donna says she's glad to see that she isn't the only one who makes mistakes.
I'm definitely easily distracted. It doesn't take me much to mess up.
Sheila says she's excited about September 20th.
It'll be fun. I can't wait to paint that one. It's got a lot of different techniques incorporated.
And Rita says this is the cutest turkey she's ever seen.
Thank you. I know what we need to do for our third Happy Mail. So you can be thinking about it now, but don't comment it because we're not picking anybody right yet. But we're going to name the turkey for the third Happy Mail. So be thinking of a wonderful name for this turkey, and when we ask, you can comment it. This Laguna color is probably going to take a couple of coats to get a good coverage. Mine's almost empty. This paint palette's fun. Look at all those colors. Sometimes when you're painting lettering, you need to think of it like you're drawing the letter, not writing the letter. So a lot of times I will go like the opposite direction that I would go if I were writing the letter. Like right now I'm upside down, so obviously, you know, I'm having to draw it on. I couldn't write it upside down if I wanted to. And I'm also re-dipping my brush in the paint frequently. Normally lettering could probably be done with like a paint pen, but this lettering is thicker and chunkier than some lettering, and so it would be hard to do this with a paint pen, I feel like. Especially because it's also this turquoise color. You might not have this color in a paint pen.
Will the eyes stay black, or will you be putting any white on them?
I'll probably put white on them. I can't stand just plain black eyes. To me, they look like zombie eyes. So I'll probably go back and add that when I do the details. I'm probably also going to give it some eyelashes.
I don't know. I'm thinking I might have bandwidth for gift boxes for Christmas.
You think so? You getting excited thinking of what we could put in those gift
I was
boxes?
thinking about that. That would be fun.
It might be fun. I know we did some mystery boxes just off the cuff a few weeks ago, and there were several people who were like, "How did I miss these?" And I'm like, "Well, I just had some extra stuff sitting around, and we just boxed it up and put them on the website and mentioned it in a Friday Fab 5 video, and before you knew it, they were sold out within like 2 hours." So it wasn't anything we had planned ahead. It was literally something off the cuff. So if we do gift boxes for Christmas, we will make sure and give everybody plenty of notice so y'all know when they're on sale.
But wouldn't those be cool to give your
Painting friends, yeah.
or your kids, or your mother, or
Yeah. So maybe we should do a kid box and a regular one.
Missy wants to know if you throw your egg carton away or you wash it out.
I throw it away.
She wants to know if you eat that many eggs.
No, well, yeah, we do eat a lot of eggs, but I don't buy eggs. We have chickens, so we get tons of eggs, and everybody and their brother saves these little egg cartons for me. Everybody at church, my neighbors, so I'm constantly getting random egg cartons all the time, and I always have a good supply of them. And some of them we do reuse to put actual eggs in to gift to people because our chickens lay more than we can eat, but a lot of them get used for paint. It's called upcycling.
Sonia says it's absolutely adorable.
Thank you. I'm going to do one more quick coat on this turquoise lettering because it's a little streaky looking. It probably looks great from where you guys are sitting, but up close it's a little streaky looking. And then we're going to put our finishing touches on this. Let me see if I can show you up close.
Joanne wants to know if you created this one.
So this one was actually designed by Sarah on our design team. We have, there's actually 5 of us now on the design team. And we come up with themes and stuff for each week, and we all split it up. So they design some, I design some. So she did this one, and I love her style. This is her hand lettering too.
All right, Denise is asking, on your website, what's the difference with templates with a pink border for 7 and the others that are 5?
Okay, so the newer ones that have the pink borders that are 7 are the updated versions of our files. So the newer ones have all 4 sizes, 6, 8, 12, and 20 inch in PDF form. Is there something else? I was thinking there was something else about them. I don't know. They're just the updated version of the way we do our files. So they're a little bit of a higher quality because you get more with that, more PDFs and things. And so they're just the newer version.
Everybody's loving this one.
I'm glad. Thank you guys for the sweet comments.
And Michelle says the boxes were awesome.
Aw, thanks, Michelle.
The mystery boxes, I think that's what she's talking about.
I love a good mystery box. My mom does not. My mom likes to know exactly what she's buying when she pays for it. And she said, why would anybody buy something without knowing what they're getting? I said, well, Mom, the thing is that if you already buy from a certain business or company and you know that you love everything you've ever bought from that company, I said, buying a mystery box is pretty easy because you know that no matter what comes in that box, you're probably going to love it because you always love what you buy from the company. And she's like, yeah, I guess you're right. I said, so if there was like a clothing company or something that had like you loved all their styles, maybe you loved all the jewelry that they had, you would trust whatever you're going to get from them because you know you've always loved what you got in the past. I still don't think she would buy a mystery box. No, it's not her style.
I think I'm with your mom. I think it's our generation.
Yep, probably true. Okay, I'm going to get out my 5mm Posca pen, and we're just going to outline our feathers and things. It's not on the original design, so Sarah's style is that she doesn't add black lines around things. I tend to like to do it because I feel like it kind of cleans up my project. If I get outside the lines on something, it just feels like an easy way to kind of tidy everything up.
Let's do your turkey name while you're at it.
Yep, and so for our last Happy Mail, whatever name you thought of for our turkey, drop that in the comments. Name our turkey. We'll pick somebody at random to win some Happy Mail.
Miss Pam says Timothy the Thankful Turkey.
Oh, that's cute.
Cindy says Dottie.
Whoops, hang on. I kind of got off the line with my paint pen. If that happens to you, grab a baby wipe, which I try not to be perfect with my paint pens, but if I'm going around a feather, I don't need that line to suddenly dart toward the inside of the feather. Get your baby wipe out and just quickly clean it up. And keep going. What'd you say, Leah? Was there another name?
Oh, yeah, oh, there's tons of names. Gobbleberry McDottie the Third.
You guys are very creative. I love it.
Filbert Stuffy Gobble Wobble. Gilbert.
Gilbert's a good turkey name.
George Gobble. Mr. Peanut.
Mr. Peanut. That's cute.
Timothy the turtle, or the turkey. Ralphie. Lurky Turkey.
Lurky turkey. Where's my big white paint pen? I'm gonna add some dots in his eyes because we can't have a zombie turkey. Well, that paint pen hasn't been used in a while and I don't have the patience to prime it, so I'm just gonna get a brush and do a dot. There we go. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna outline my little buckle too to kind of make it look just a little cleaner.
Wendy's still on the gift box thing. You could do a gift box that is a set, door hanger, attachment, and ornament, tiered tray piece, maybe even a doormat. Just thinking.
That sounds like fun. Let's see. TikTok said Lucky, Marge, Pablo, Taz. I love it.
Missy bought a new front door because she couldn't hang her door hangers on the old one.
If your door ain't working, just tear it out and put in a new one. I love that plan.
Yeah.
All right. I think I like the name Gilbert. That's sticking with me. I'm going to pick Gilbert as my turkey's name.
All right, so who picked Gilbert?
Who picked Gilbert? That was early on. It was one of the first ones you said. Leah can't go back that far. We will go back and reply to your comment after the video's over. How about that? Because we got to look and see who said Gilbert first.
Gilbert was.
All right, y'all. If you want to paint this one, the replay will be here on Facebook or YouTube. You can go back and watch. You can get the template for this one or buy the wood blank with the design laser etched on it at shopdoorhangers.com. Go paint one and hang it on your door for Thanksgiving. And I'll see you on Friday when I do Friday Fab 5. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye, everyone.